Hi, I'm Steven, and in this episode, I'm going to try and learn how to catch a bass while slapping the bass. In the early 1900s, pre-amplification bassists needed to start slapping in order for the audience to be able to hear them in large dance halls. In the late 60s, the slapping technique was adapted to the electric bass as a way of complementing the drums. The slap was like the bass drum, and the pluck was like the snare. I've been playing guitar for about 10 years now, and for as long as I can remember, I've wanted to learn how to slap the bass, and I thought this show was a good opportunity to finally give it a shot. Regarding this episode's second skill, when I go fishing, I usually go with my family. They hand me a fishing rod that's ready to go, point in a spot for me to throw it, I wish for the best, and I usually catch a few fish. However, I've never actually learned how to fish. For this episode, I want to combine my love of funk music with my curiosity around how fishing works. But to be honest, the bass bass joke is the main reason we're doing this. This episode is the episode where I spend way too much time making a stupid joke a reality. Before I try to catch a bass, first I need to learn how to slap the bass. To get some funky tips, I met up with Mark Pirro, the ultra-funky bassist from New Orleans funk band, Papa Grows Funk. Technique-wise, how do I slap a bass?
It's really just a hammer with your thumb.
Okay.
And a pull with your index finger.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
I'm listening.
Oh, God. That didn't work. Let me try again. It's not, hold on. You hear that? I kind of hit the E string a little bit. I spent the rest of the lesson failing to make a sound that resembled anything like Mark's, and he did his best to give me advice and stay positive.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you feel funkier?
I feel slightly funkier.
All right, well, that's making progress.
After hanging out with Mark and getting an idea of the logistics behind slapping the bass, my plan to pull off this challenge is first, learn how to slap the bass. Second, build and test a device that will allow me to slap the bass while fishing. Third, learn how to fish for bass. And lastly, slap the bass while fishing for bass until I reel one in or realize it's impossible. Today's the first day of practicing how to slap the bass guitar. We got the guitar, we got the amp, we got my fingers. Let's go. That was good. Because I know how to play the guitar, at first every practice I would noodle around on the bass as a way of procrastinating learning how to slap. Once I started to actually work on my technique, the thing I struggled with the most was slapping any string other than the E. Whenever I tried to hit a different string, it would sound like total garbage. But the most important thing that I was struggling with was after 3 weeks of practice, I did not sound funky. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I get to the point where it sounds funky?
Do that again for me. Let me see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
What?
That's almost the biggest problem right there.
My wrist should almost be like pointing upwards.
Going like this against the string.
Oh, so okay, so I'm doing it like completely wrong.
Yeah.
After Mark fixed my technique, slapping became a lot easier, and I also started playing with the drum track, which made practicing way more fun. So this could be like some sort of like a quick release mechanism on here that the fishing rod can sit on. This is our fake bass guitar. Oh. It's unplugged. This is looking pretty good. You know, could do a little bit of It's not bad, it's just like a little bit loosey-goosey, so I gotta tighten this guy up. Oh, baby! All right, I think it's time to test it out. Coming for your fish, yeah! Yes! I think it's gonna be fine. He doesn't seem to be affected by it. But to be honest, this is like the least scientific test in the world. I really have no idea what's going on down there or in the fish's brain, but it's about as good as it's gonna get, so let's do this thing. Take done. Has a lot of bass and a lot of boats. Dave and Steve. What makes someone good at bass fishing or just fishing in general?
The willingness to learn.
Yeah.
So getting out there and not being one of those snobs who thinks you know everything and doesn't want to watch or learn from other guys or talk to them because they're shy for the fact that they don't know anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting.
And that's with a lot of sports and stuff like that. Guys for years and years and years refuse to learn from anyone else or pay attention to anyone else because they're just being stubborn and just pretending like they know everything when they don't.
Awesome day. If you see your line all of a sudden straighten, or if you twitch it and it feels like a snag, quite often that'll be a fish.
Oh, baby.
Perfect. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! You almost had him.
So what did I do wrong
in that,
there?
I mean, sometimes they're smaller ones and they're grabbing the tail end of it and they're not getting hooked. Oh, you had another bite there, eh?
God, what am I doing wrong?
Oh, no, it's just, you'll get them. There's lots of docks in here and they're all gonna hold fish today. And I always like to fish the shady spot, their side more.
Oh.
I always like to fish the shady
one.
spot. Oh, nice.
Little baby.
Nice.
So should I like
you're on
let
the
him
board.
fight or I just bring him up?
That one you can just lift up. Yep.
Oh, yeah. First fish, baby, first fish. Okay, so now what do I do?
So you'll let a little line out. So
Okay.
just peel it a little out like that. Yep.
Oopsie. Okay, little buddy. Be free.
Off he goes.
For a second there, he isn't moving. I was like,
Oh, they're neat to fish for because they're hardy species also.
By the end of the day, I learned that bass tended to hang out around docks this time of year, that I was not very good at catching them, and that catching a bass while slapping the base was going to be incredibly difficult, but probably not impossible. Attempt number 1 is slapping the base while catching a bass. Turn this up. How's that position? Is a little short, hey?
Little, but it's not too bad.
Okay.
You can lob one kind of in this area in here.
Okay. No bites over there, going to a new location. Attempt number 2. No.
Fish? Yeah, I think you got something there.
Really?
Set the hook to see.
Okay.
'Cause it seems to be going sideways.
Oh, shit.
Nothing there?
No,
Yeah, you got something.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Did it leave?
got away.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
You're too busy.
I had one.
Too busy being funky.
Oh, no. Oh my God! Nice! Okay, well that's how you slap the base while fishing for bass. Alright, as far as takeaways go for this episode, the first one is that working on technique is annoying, but it can make a huge funky difference in the long run. And my second takeaway is that even though I finally learned the basics of fishing, I will probably never be great at it. And that's okay, because if you have talented people to show you the ropes, you'll probably still have a pretty good time.